So there are a lot of assumptions that you're making when you're using the Gordon growth model. What are the assumptions that you're making? You are saying that dividends are only the correct metric to use for valuation purposes, which is not true, right? Here you use only dividend as a factor, right? While you're saying your numerator is all about dividend, and based on that, you're valuing your company. And you are saying the dividend growth rate is forever. The 5% that you are saying is forever. The dividend will grow at 5% forever, is what your assumption is, which is not right. Right? It will change. Every year, the company will pay different dividends. So it's not necessarily dividend will grow only by 5%. So this assumption does not hold true. Third, you are saying that the required rate of return is also constant over time. The cost of equity will always remain constant. Again, it is not true. And it also says your dividend growth rate will always be less than the required rate of return. So KE minus G when you do, that means your cost of equity will always be higher than your growth rate, right? If it is lower, then what will happen? You will get a negative value. And therefore this model will not work at that point of time. So if your growth rate is higher than the cost of equity, this model will not work because it will give you a negative intrinsic value, which is not good. So what are the alternatives that have been come up with, a different valuation model that have been arrived? The first is been using a more robust dividend discount model that allows for varying patterns of growth. Therefore, there is a new model that has been arrived, that is two-way dividend discount model, which we are going to learn now. Okay, it's a two-stage dividend discount model, where we will be using two different growth rates instead of taking only one growth rate of 5%. So what we will do, we'll use two different growth rates. Then second, when using a cash flow measure other than dividends for valuation purpose. So instead of taking only dividend, we will be taking cash flow as a measure. Okay, so that is what discounted cash flow approach have arrived. Or use some other approach like a multiplier method to value. So we will be seeing these three different alternatives because Gordon growth model has certain limitations to it, right? Like same dividend growth rate, same cost of equity. The cost of equity should always be higher than the growth rate, and dividend is only the correct metric for the valuation purpose. Because of these limitations, this is not considered to be a good model for calculation. But when the company pays a good amount of dividend, consistently pays a dividend, then such model can be used for the valuation purposes. Otherwise, if the company does not pay dividend, then this model will not function, right? So therefore, in that case, you can use discounted cash flow approach or relative valuation methods.